Let's see.
Good evening. Everyone may be seated. I hope you can hear me. I'm going to try to keep my voice up. Welcome to the wedding of Brigid Abigail Kalin and William David Caldwell on this beautiful summer evening. On their behalf, I'd like to thank each of you for being here with them this evening. My name is Judge Angela McCormick-Bissick. I'm a judge here in Jefferson County, and I came to know Brigid and David because Brigid is my piano teacher. And I met David through Brigid. And Brigid also sang and played at my wedding. So, funny thing, when I asked Brigid if she wanted me to sing and play for her at her wedding, she said, no, that'll be okay, but there is something you can do. So here I am before you having the honor of officiating the ceremony this evening. So when we finish in a few minutes, they will actually officially be husband and wife. I want to share with you, I met with Brigid and David a couple of weeks ago to talk about their ceremony, and you would all be touched to have heard them talk about, you know, they're both creative people, they're both people who love to travel, and I think parts of their souls could have hopped on a plane and gone somewhere exotic and gotten married, and they talked to me about how important it was to them in making these vows of love to one another, that they be here with you and that you be present with them, and that they wanted to make the vows not only to each other but in the presence of the most important people to them. Because of that, you know, weddings are so beautiful, but marriages are a long journey. So the only audience participation portion of tonight's ceremony would be, because it was so important to Brigid and David that you all be here to witness this ceremony, if each of you would be willing to play a role in supporting them and supporting their relationship and supporting their marriage, if you would just respond, I will.
I will.
The last thing I want to do is invite each of you, especially Brigid and David, and especially their parents, Kenny and Patsy, and Bill and Jackie, to stop right now for a minute, thinking about all the preparations you had to make to get here today, all of the beautiful flowers Brigid grew in her own yard, all of the cupcakes of various flavors, and the bar and the lanterns. I want you to stop thinking about all of that, and I want you to stop thinking about the party that we're going to have once this ceremony's over, and everyone just take a breath and get present to the moment here. You know, as human beings, sometimes we get so busy with life that we don't stop and relish the very important moments. And this is certainly one of the meat moments of life. So I just invite you to stop and breathe and get present as we begin the rest of Brigid and David's life. I would now like to invite Beth to come forward. She has a story to share with us, and she is the person who introduced Brigid and David.
Consider this marriage for a long moment. Consider this couple, Brigid Kalin and David Caldwell. Consider the heart of their love and their promises to each other. The human heart has 4 chambers, 4 rooms, 4 homes within it, and 4 places to hold hope. But what if the heart was not just an organ pumping blood through the body, nor just a symbol of romantic love? What if the heart is the place where David and Brigid live? Where life ignites and billows in streams of affection, of anticipation, of joy. The heart is the marriage. The heart is their future. The heart for Brigid and David is not only the place where their desire and dreams meet, but it is their present. It is the life they have built together in the past 3 years and the life that will continue to build in their marriage. In this way, the heart is beyond them. It is in the world. It is not just ventricles and atria. It is compassion, grace, and loyalty. The human heart has hidden treasures, writes Charlotte Bronte, in secret kept, in silence sealed. The thoughts, the hopes, the dreams, the pleasures, whose charms are broken if revealed. David and Brigid's heart does have hidden treasures, of the kind shared between soon-to-be spouses who are best friends, lovers, co-conspirators, and simply each other's best time. But for the rest of us, the family and friends assembled today, we see what their union, what their heart has brought to the world. The happiness they have found in each other cannot be contained, and in this way, it is their gift to us. I asked Brigid and David separately about each other. In their answers, what we love about David and Brigid as individuals shines through, and what we adore about them as a couple is distilled. I was present when Brigid and David first met in July of 2006 at the Best of Louisville Awards, a big bash where David was a guest and Brigid was a star performer. In that moment, they both saw glimpses of what they liked best of each other, even if their dating life did not start until 2.5 years later. David claims their meeting that day as a favorite memory of Brigid. At the end of the evening, they stood in the green room, filled with untouched food and drink, intended for the event's performers. Still, my favorite memory, David says, is her stealing the cheese from the green room. The look in her eye, filled with mischief and excitement, is the same look I see all the time now, that look of enjoyment and love. Brigid describes the first moment of meeting David this way. I saw him look me square in the eyes, and then I watched his eyes twinkle for a while. This still happens today when he looks at her, and his eyes probably twinkled in the moment Brigid says is her beloved memory of David. It was the Wednesday night when I asked if he could take off work that Friday and go to Paris with me just because I'd had a bad week. And he said, sure. There was no eye rolling or saying, you're insane. We both just agreed that we would go. Paris or not, we should go somewhere. So they went to Amsterdam Thursday night and returned home by supper time on Sunday. They quickly found in each other a shared passion for learning new things and making their own adventures. Brigid says of David, I am amazed by his honesty. He is gentlemanly in a way that makes me feel special and respected. David says of Brigid, she has deep passion and wants to open herself up and be part of something bigger than herself. She admires his consideration of other people's feelings. He admires her authenticity. David's patience inspires Brigid to relax and slow down. Brigid's desire to get things done pushes David to action, he says, making him a better person. They both say that what excites them about their future together is adventure, what David calls another experience of excitement, and Brigid describes as life never being boring. In Thornton Wilder's play Our Town, the main character Emily passes away and enters the afterlife only to long to relive a day from her life on Earth. She re-experiences her 12th birthday to great disappointment. She says of her visit, "Oh, Earth, you are too wonderful for anybody to realize you. Do any human beings realize life while they live it?" I would argue, friends, our dear couple, David and Brigid, do just that. Between their individual gifts, they have filled the rooms of their heart with an intense passion to take action, which is balanced with patience, and an impulse for risk-taking that is steadied with deep compassion for others. These are each elements that create an existence so full of wide-awake adventure that David and Brigid realize life as they live it in a way few people do. So much is held in the heart of a marriage. So much is held in the heart of this wedding. May we wish Brigid and David fullness of heart, and may they know that no matter how much goodness the heart holds, the heart will swell to capture more love, more adventure, and more life.
Thank you, Beth. That was beautiful. Now I'd like to invite David's sisters, Sean and Tracy, to come forward.
of their favorite artists provide some meaningful words for their wedding. They decided to keep with the Texas and Kentucky theme. First, from Louisville, we have Tim Krekel. I want you like I can't explain. I need you like the ground needs rain. All I ever want to do is be with you. Hold me like you can't let go. Show me everything I want to know. All I ever want to do is be with you. There ain't nothing ever been so right as you and me tonight. Look into my eyes and you'll see that you're my world. I just want to be with you. Love me and we can't go wrong. All I ever want to do is be with you. And now from Lubbock, Buddy Holly. Just you know why you and I will by and by know true love's ways. Throughout the days, our true love ways will bring us joys to share with those who really care. Sometimes we'll sigh, sometimes we'll cry, and we'll know why, just you and I, know true love's ways.
Okay. Those were beautiful words, thank you. Now we've reached the important moment in the ceremony where Brigid and David are going to make their vows to each other. They talked to me about how their relationship had reached a point that they wanted some glue there. They wanted some glue there because they knew they wanted to ride it out together, and they felt like marriage was the glue that when things get difficult, you know, in the old for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, for those downtimes, that causes you to pause and remember how much you loved each other and to work through. They also wanted to add, although this is not a religious ceremony, they have tried very hard to bring the earth and the skies and nature into their ceremony, and they feel very much that there is a greater creative force that is smiling down on all of us tonight and also participating in their ceremony. So with that on our minds, I am going to turn the floor over to David to give his vows to Brigid.
Brigid, I promise to love you for the rest of my life. I'll be up for any adventure, and I'll never let my passport expire. I'll always stay an extra few minutes to cuddle, and hope to do everything I can to support you and make your dreams come true. I promise to always listen and never walk away when there's work left to do. You'll never have to search for my hand to hold, and never get to call a plumber. I promise to love you for the rest of my life and be the best husband that I can be. These are the vows that I make to you.
David, you are the most perfectly balanced person I have ever met in my life, and you amaze me daily. I promise to show you as much love as you have shown me. I will be your partner in everything except maybe contact sports. I promise to support and encourage you in your passions and help you when you need it and step aside when you don't. I will surprise you with adventures when you least expect it, but when you most need it. And I will always remember that we are in this together. I promise to love you for the rest of my life, whether or not you drive a truck.
Okay, now it's time for the exchange of rings, and I came over here because Ben is so cute that I want him to walk over here and bring me the ring pillow. Thank you so much. Wait a minute, I'm going to give it back to you after I get these rings. That's the part Well, I figure that way he will have it. Oops. Always good to untie knots with one hand. there's a beautiful story about these rings that I'm untying that Brigid and David are about to exchange. And that story is, there you go, Ben, thank you, that the engagement ring from Brigid, from David to Brigid, was his grandmother's, Munnerbee. And I love that name, isn't that beautiful? Munnerbee, she fits in right here with that name. And the bands that they are wearing were worn by Brigid's parents, who have had many long, successful years of marriage. And so you have good omen with these bands, Brigid and David. And I am going to start with David. Hand you the band to put on her left. And if you would repeat after me. Brigid,
Brigid,
this ring I give to you
this ring I give to you
as a token and pledge
as a token and pledge
of our constant faith
and
abiding love. All right, Brigid, if you would please repeat after me. David, I give you this ring as a token and pledge of our constant faith and abiding love. Okay. At this point, as an earthly symbol of Brigid and David's love and commitment, and a symbol that they both want to continue to play in the dirt, they have behind them a beautiful wedding plant, and they are going to go now and get Kentucky dirt from Brigid's mother and Texas dirt from David's mother. And then they're going to play in the dirt on their wedding day to find these, much as the new life they are starting today. They would also invite you, if you would like, after the ceremony is over, to come up and help put a scoop of each family's dirt on their new plant. Well done. And she's all clean, too. Okay, Brigid and David, now that you have taken these vows, one unto the other, in the presence of all of these witnesses and all of this nature, by the authority committed to me by the Commonwealth of Kentucky, I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss your bride. Yeah.